Have you ever wondered what are some of the things that have been putting you back in life? I'll give you a hint. It's your selflessness. So, a lot of the times we always hear that if you put yourself first, it's selfish, but putting yourself first is not selfish, it's necessary. What we need to understand is that selflessness is actually our enemy. How do we know this? Anytime it is that we take a flight and we're about to take off, the flight attendants always give the same demonstration. It doesn't matter where you're flying to, it could be domestic, international, whatever the case is. They are always doing the same demonstration, which is that should the flight be going down and getting ready to crash, there's going to be an oxygen mask that comes from the top that's going to go in front of you and in front of the person next to you. Even if your child is on that flight, you have to put the mask over yourself and then help your child to put the mask on. Why? Because you cannot help others without helping yourself. So whenever you put others first and you take the shirt off of your back to help the other person, you're doing it to your detriment and you're not helping yourself where you need to be. So I'm going to teach you how selflessness is your enemy and how putting yourself first is going to be what is necessary for you. It's not selfish. Are you ready? All right, now let's go. Hey Diva, welcome back to my channel. And I know that's right, with Natasha Night. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Natasha Night. Think of me as your favorite unapologetic diva who's here to help you fill your cup of confidence and inspire you to embrace your most authentic selves, bask in self-love, and harness that divine feminine energy, honey. So if you haven't already joined the Diva family of confident, unapologetic people who live out loud, please make sure that you do so by subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you get a notification every single time I upload a new video. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. All right, did you do it? Good. Now let's get started with the video. So like I said, the most famous thing that you hear about people that are selfless is, oh, she's the person, she will give her last dollar in her account to make sure that somebody else is good. She will take the shirt off her back to make sure that they are not cold. That is not a positive thing, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Us taking things that are helping serve us to help somebody else is not helping. At the end of the day, that means that we're shivering. At the end of the day, that means that we don't have anything. But what we have to understand is that when we put ourselves first and we work on ourselves, we work on our budgeting, whatever it is that we have to do, we're putting ourselves first, things that we need to do for ourselves. And once we get our budgets together, our money is flowing. That means that we will have money to be able to give people when they are in need without being like, oh crap, how am I going to pay this light bill? How am I going to pay for rent? I just gave so and so this money for their car because their car broke down. You want that when you are giving things. Ooh, not me touching my hair, my wig. But, anyways, you want that when you are giving things to people that you are coming from a place of abundance. Do you understand? And the only way to get to a place of abundance is to put yourself first. When you put yourself first and you prioritize and you set boundaries and you get yourself where you need to be financially, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, when it's time for you to fill other people's cup, you have such a full cup that's overflowing that when you're going and you're pouring love into John's cup, you're pouring love into Jessica's cup, you're pouring love into April's cup, you are not depleted. Your energy is not depleted. Your resources are not depleted. A lot of the times we are taught, oh, you got to help others, you got to help others, you got to help others, and you got to help others and not expect anything in return. And I am fully a believer of that, that if I'm going to give something fully and wholeheartedly, I'm not expecting anything in return. I'm doing it because it's what I want to do. It's because that's what serves my physical, spiritual being. So my spirit feels good when I give to the other person. It's not I'm giving because I want accolades and I want a trophy for doing this and I want to be called this. No, I'm doing it because it's what I want to give. But if you are struggling financially, and somebody asks you for $10 and you know that all you have is that $10, it is not a positive thing to be selfless and give your last $10 because this person said that they are struggling and now you are in an even worse predicament. You are not helping yourself. Putting that mask over yourself and making sure that you can breathe assures that you and your bodily functions are working properly enough that you're going to be able to turn over to the person next to you, whether it's a child or an adult, and help them without putting yourself in harm's way, without it being to your detriment. Do you understand? And that is the beauty of it. Because at the end of the day, you have to look out for yourself. Looking out for yourself and being selfish and looking out for yourself first and putting yourself first is not selfish. It is necessary. Okay. And so when you understand that, wait, sorry, something went in my eye. But when you understand that, and you understand that I am filling my cup emotionally so that I am not going to snap at other people. I'm filling myself spiritually so that I feel good about myself. Physically, in all these ways, there's so many ways that we have to take care of ourselves and we have to put ourselves first so that when we have to show up for others, it's not us being drained. We're able to put parameters around what it is that we need. We're able to set the right boundaries that we know, okay, I can give on Saturday and Sunday. Monday to Friday is for myself. And so Saturday and Sunday, when it comes time to roll around and for you to do food drives and do church things or whatever it is that you do, you're able to do these things with a smile on your face because you have given to yourself Monday to Friday. Those are the parameters that you set. So, and that's just something that you have to do for yourself. Not to say that there's not going to be times where you probably have to be flexible if somebody comes, but what I think is important is you have to understand what it is that you need personally because no two people are alike and we are all very, very, very different. So, what might work for me, having Monday to Thursday to myself and Friday to Sunday, where I'm giving and I'm spending time with other people and soaking up their energy and stuff, might work where I don't feel depleted. But another person, it might be, I only have Saturday to give. Like, I can't do any more than that. And guess what? That's okay. But when you are putting yourself first and you get yourself where you need to be financially, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, you show up in such a powerful way and you allow yourself to alleviate yourself from all of the stress that would be caused with allowing people to drain you because you are giving up your resources that are not abundant. Do you understand? So when you get to the point where you have just an abundance of energy, an abundance of finances, you have an abundance of things, when you give, you are fine. You're feeling good at the end of it. You're not like, oh my gosh, it was so draining being with Rachel. Like, I had to be with Rachel Friday to Monday, and it was driving me insane. No, you want to be like, I had so much fun with her, and just know what are the parameters that you need to put around things. What are the boundaries that you have to set? Whether it's, I'm going to spend 3-4 hours, put the timer on your watch. Let it buzz. People don't have to know, and you don't have to have it out loud, but these are ways that you can show up for yourself. So when you show up for yourself and you are putting yourself first, you're going to see an overflow of abundance in your life. You're going to see how much better you feel and how much better you show up to spaces because you actually have that energy and those resources to share in abundance. All right. So that's pretty much it for the video. It's short and sweet, to the point, but I really want to drill that into you guys that, putting yourself first is super duper, uber, uber important. So remember, divas, loving yourself first is your first secret to happiness. So be your own reason to smile. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, Divas.